Greetings, gamers. So my name is Lone Gemrat, if you don't already know, also known as LGR. And in this video, we're going to be going over my bank, my collection log, my goals, and the in real life section of the collection log that I'm currently working on. So before I milk any further, I suggest we just go straight into the bank. So we have a 20 bill bank on the Ironman, by the way. So let's go through the bank. Then afterwards, we can keep discussing. So pretty nutty bank, if I can say so myself. We got 200 mil cash, a ton of runes, 1 mil of each elemental runes that I made a long time ago for the memes. By the way, I'm slightly sick, so my voice might be a little monka. White stacks of a lot of these runes, actually basically everything except some of these ones, which maybe I should change that in the future, but that's just a message to myself. We got 1 million death runes, 700,000 bloods, and a lot of souls. So this is going to fund my scythe and my shadow for a really long time. Cal stack is quite low. I bought 1 million of these like a year ago, and they deplete extremely fast. One of those reasons was Callisto, which you'll notice a lot of the supplies in my bank are due to Callisto, killing a lot of them, which I'll show later on. Hard food wise, we got quite a bit, but our Kramon stack is dropping. I use bombs basically everywhere that I PVM, with mantas as combo food if needed. And these ones I kind of just collect, and I rarely use anglerfish unless if I have to for like pre-potting for speedruns and so on. So we got here the glowies. I can actually remove this from the bank because I have the needless, the costume deal. Huh. Oh well, too late. We got all the spades. This is used for the suicide tech, which I made a video a few months ago about the clue metas that shifted and to explain them. So I use spades for that. 3,000 stamps, a lot of battle staffs, and I actually have enough orbs to fund all these battle staffs. So maybe in the future I'll make some crafting XP and make all these battle staffs and alch them. So 90,000 dynamite, which is quite a bit. We're actually close to a white stack. And the same thing with these two white stacks. That's from Chambers of Zarek, if you didn't know. So we keep scrolling down. We got the mining outfit. I don't know why it's in my bank. I should probably put on my POH. But sometimes I do mine amethyst when I have to AFK. A lot of wildy crab teleports. That's all from Callisto as well. Very useful for clues, and they're worth quite a bit of money too. This here is some hunter rumor stuff. I've been currently hunting the pet, so that's why it's still in my bank. I should probably clean some of this out. But I have the bank space, so I don't really mind for now. And the moonlight antelope meat is actually very useful. So I'll probably cook that one day. I think it heals 24, which is the best healing food. So if we go in the potion tab, this tab is really cool. There's actually a video coming out in like a few, maybe like 4 weeks or something, where I basically go through all my herb supplies. So that is a slight spoiler, but you can see here we have a 10 million stack of vials, which is no comment. It's actually real, by the way. It's not photoshopped or anything. It's 10 million vials. 13,000 prayer pots. We have 40,000 restores, 22,000 brews, almost 11,000 super combats. And even among this, we still have a lot of extra herbs. We have 21,000 Tolfax here, another 10,000 Torsals. A lot of regular herbs here too that I don't really have time to process. I would like to do it eventually. I do like Herb Lore, it's one of my favorite skills. But for the time being, I have no plans. A lot of summer pies, which that's a lot of summer pies. That must be from Elite Clues, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. Over here, you can see a lot of dark crabs. That's all from Callisto. The same thing with the blighted anglerfish, which I don't really go into wildy much anymore, so it's kind of pointless. Tuna potatoes are from Clues as well. 2,200 sandfuse. Wow, that's a lot of sandfuse. Damn. And yeah, a few other random things here. Oh, I should probably bank this. That's embarrassing. That's from an Elite Clue opening a few days ago. And we have a lot of lava scales. I actually did, like, back in the day, like a year and a half ago, when there was the venom bug, I was killing lava dragons and I was collecting the shards. So that's going to be useful for me when I go for the Vorkath pet down the line. And yeah, everything else here is kind of just random stuff. So let's go to the next tab, which is the farming tab. And I don't really do herb runs anymore. I do my tree runs, but I do them like twice a week whenever my hardwoods are ready. It gives me the most amount of XP per run, because the hardwoods are like almost 50k XP just for one run. And basically soling chipping at 200 mil farming, which I'd like to get in a few years at my current pace. So right away you can see 35,000 coconuts. Like, what the hell, man? That's 100 mil worth of coconuts, dude. Okay. We have a white stack of super compost, which is kind of pointless, but it's a kind of cool collection to have. All from Callisto as well. In terms of the seeds, 7,500 Raynars. That's a nutty amount of Raynars, and we still have 4,000 Snapdragons. So herb-wise, I have no issues. A lot of Toad Flags, and you can see data ones quickly. I guess anything else that's important is the Torsals. These are my tree saplings. I plant them, like I said, twice a week, so they're slowly depleting, but I get more seeds back than what I plant, so it's really not a stress at all. So kind of cool tab. I like Herblore. This here is like my clue random stuff that doesn't really have a place. So I have all these rings that I collected from all the birdhouse runs that I would do, and I would open the nests and I would just collect the rings for fun. And some of this is from like Elite Clues, as you can guess. This too, I believe. Actually, a lot of Dragonstone pieces. I got these two items because I don't have an extra Bandos Godsword to make the stash. But one day I do plan to grind that, and then I can save 2 bank space. These are the extra bones from the grind, and see this is all like some random fallow items. My extra glories that I basically keep every single one like this. And the way that I do it is that every time I use a glory, I use a brand new one. So this one here. And I chuck it in the bank after usage. So I basically like passively uncharges glories for me. Which is like a passive way to work for the Eternal Glory, which was part of my goals in this year, but we'll talk about that later. Pyramid tops, which I collect every time I get the clue step, the hard clue step to go to the top of the pyramid. I just grab one and bank it. So it's like a fun way to track how many steps I've solved. I intend to do that forever. Basically, I don't really need the money. And these are the keys for the King Black Dragon. So whenever you do an Elite Clue and you have a King Black Dragon task, you can actually stack these on the floor and bank them to use for later. So it saves quite a bit of time. We have some extra wealth scrolls, extra magic shortbow scrolls, and fuck! That's supposed to be in the Dragon's Castle step, isn't it? Okay, you know what? Moving on. I'm gonna have to remember that that's there. I didn't notice. I didn't bank it and back in the stash. Fuck. Okay. Moving on. Sorry. So this is, I'm gonna bank my stuff. This is actually my favorite tab. It's my like Clog / Flex tab. So we hit 20,000 purple sweets. Wow. So we have both Raids Dusts, the Blorva kit here, the top pet, Toa pet. We're still missing the Chambers pet, and the extra kits. So the extra, I have a lot more Twisted Ancestral kits, but they're actually on my Ancestral pieces, and you'll see that later. My one singular third H piece on my account, if you ignore the rings. I got 2 Rings of Natures, 1 Coins, and 1 Bucket Helm. So these are the mega rares from the Elite and Master section specifically, so they're very rare items. All my Gilded, which is quite a bit of Gilded. It's kind of cool just like grabbing it all in my inventory. Like it's close to a full inventory of Gilded. So that's kind of cool. One day I'll hit that. 20,000 sweets, which is pretty nuts. 200 mil worth of sweets. I do not use these, I just collect them. It's a fun way to measure how many clues you've solved on the account. Anchor piece, mummy piece, these are from Master section, they're very rare. 1 out of 5 Dragonstone from the keys, the enhanced keys. I have 6 out of 10 Tuxedo, but 5 dupes. So I'm actually very unlucky now in terms of Tuxedo. I used to be lucky, but the last like 1,000 caskets, I haven't gotten any Tuxedo uniques, which is rather unfortunate because I spent like 6 months grinding that, but that's on the side. Full Evil Chicken, full Dagonite, Dragon Full Helm, 3 out of 5 Dust, Championscape, Fish Sack, and the Ranger Boots dupes. Now here I have just a bunch of extra kits that can't really go into POH, so I just collected them here. The Big Fish, Musketeer Hat, which is my favorite fashion, so I have no choice. Some extra holiday stuff. All my pages, which I've been collecting. Same thing with the Blessings, and the Firelighters, and the Dragonstone Charged books, which I have a lot of books I can trade in. And I have also a lot of Watson teleports and a lot of scrolls. These are actually really expensive. Like the Narda ones apparently is super expensive. 100 mil. Okay, sure. We have 3 Steel Baguettes, which makes a lot of cloggers mad. We have Frog tokens, which I've been collecting. But apparently you can trade them in for XP lamps now. So that's actually a decent amount of XP right there. That's like 120k XP. Maybe one day I'll do that. Some extra caskets. And the elites are here. So, the elites should go there. So we have 110 extra hards and 183 elites. So I can open elites whenever I want. I can open 150. Hards, I haven't been doing them much in the last month. I've been really busy with other goals, which I'll discuss later. 2 extra Araxite Fangs, which they're very useless because I can't even trade them or put them in the Death's Coffer unless I grind Demonic Gorillas for an extra Zenite, which I'm not going to do. So these are kind of pointless to me right now. So I'm just going to flex them in the bank. Yeah, so that's that section. Let's go to the supplies section, which is quite nutty as well. White stack of most of these ores, 300,000 gold, which is like 50 mil XP right there in gold ore. Almost a white stack of adamant ore, so maybe one day we'll hit that. We have 500,000 mahogany logs and 200,000 magic logs, so this is from Callisto as well. This mahogany logs is enough for me to go for 200 mil constructions via mahogany homes if I wanted to. I don't want to, so don't worry about that. I'm never going to do that. That's probably going to take me like 9 months. And I'd rather concentrate my time on other goals, specifically regarding the clog. Extra planks, extra raw fish, which I do intend to cook this soon. I use the bombs and the sharks from time to time, so it's worth doing. A lot of gems, which no intentions of using. I'm just collecting them for the time being. Same thing with the hides. I have 84,000 red dragon hides. So this is a lot of GP if I ever decide to process them in Alkit, but for the time being, I do not care. Extra chins, this is from Hunter Guild, doing rumors right now, so I'm just stacking these and hoping to get the 0-time pet along the way. A ton of extra like random bolts, amethyst, and so on. This I've been just grinding slowly. I AFK amethyst whenever I really can't play, like if I'm working or something. But besides that, I don't really mind too often. Same thing with Stardust. It's good to AFK. A lot of buckets of sand. This is all passive from 84 a day, by the way. So that's like 1,500 days since I maxed, I guess. Or since I got 99 crafting. A lot of grapes. This is a lot of XP as well. Same thing with the flax if I decide to use a spell on it, but I don't really care. And a lot of VM teleports. Back in the day when I went for max, I had a bunch of VM points. And for the memes, I bought the teleports instead of the rune ore. And then like a few years later, they released the dragon pickaxe, broken dragon pickaxe. So that was less funny during that moment, but a lot more funny in the start. But they are useful for elite clues, but you only need like 500 of them to green log elite section on raid. So this is like way overkill, but it's all good. It's fine. 88,000 raw tuna. I collect raw tuna. I don't fish them. I use the Kingdom. I use Kingdom, and I'm trying to get a white stack. I should get it soon, but it's just kind of funny to me. There's no real reason to do this. You get like crystal key pieces by putting raw fish, but you get like 1 a month, so it's not worth. But I don't really care. I have evil chicken. I don't need. I guess I could probably get the bird nest, but whatever. It's fine. It's all good. Next tab here is like my alchable PVM extra stuff. That's a really weird way. Actually, I didn't show here. Look at this. 44,000 dragon dart tips. That's kind of cool too. Oh wow, they rose in price quite a bit. Wow. Okay. But yeah, so a lot of dragon items. I alked a lot of it like last year, and I kind of regret it now. I alked it to get a 1 bill cash stack, and it's all good now. I'm gonna rebuild the stack, but you can see here my rune stack is pretty nuts too, especially some of the specific items that are common to drop from Callisto. These ones, but this one is like from Slayer. And 4,900 rune pickaxe. that's kind of weird too. That's a weird flex. Almost 100 million rune pickaxes. 350,000 rune arrows, which I use for like Veni Bowing jellies and so on. Amethyst arrows, almost 100,000. I actually have 100,000 if I make the rest of it, which I will do eventually. A lot of darts. Fun fact, I made mithril and animate darts as a noob. I thought it was super smart because you were able to get fletching XP out of it. And I had a lot of AFK time on my hands. I was basically like working from home on an internship. And yeah, I just AFK'd everything. I'd AFK'd smith them, and then at night I would do blast furnace. So I guess it was worth in the end. Gave me a good rush to max for fletching. A lot of onyx bolts, dragonstone bolts, and yeah, I collected rune knives recently for some reason. Dupe boots here. I used to collect these, and I still kind of do, but only really the rune boots that I get passively. I don't really do blood velds anymore, and this is grotesque guardians. I don't remember what black boots are. I might be mixing these two up. Doesn't matter. Extra heads here that I collect through Slayer. And extra totems here. I don't actually make the full totem. I only make it when I kill Skatizo. A lot of ancient shards. Wow. Extra crystal keys. Extra iron keys from when I was grinding the Revenants. And yeah, these are all like random items. Like this is from the Fossil Wyverns when I went for the Visage. Extra granite pieces if I ever want to flex. 750 Mystic sets, which is kind of funny, but that's also from Callisto. The same thing with these Mystic Earth staffs. This is all from killing Callisto. A lot of bones from Callisto as well. I'm not sure how much XP I have banked. Let me check. If I go in with the banked plugin prayer and I do wield the altar, I have 28 million XP banked. Wow, so I can get 99 twice. But I don't intend to use these. It takes a long time to use, and rather not for the time being. A lot of Zoro skills, a lot of toggle, 16,000 crystal shards, which is really nuts. That's enough to go for the Dragonstone armor, but the only problem is the keys are hard to get. Hopefully that just makes it easier in the future. 60,000 ether, which I'm keeping in case they ever release like a new boss in the Wildy. I really hope they don't. I despise the Wildy for my life. It's just not pleasant dealing with certain types of people in the wilderness. And I don't have to step foot there anymore, so I just don't. But I really hope they don't ever pass a Wildy boss, and I'm sure some people are not happy about that, but that's just how I feel. If they do, hopefully it's just not on the collection long, so I don't feel forced to go there, but that's a whole different discussion. So, more random stuff. Cudgels from Arachnis. Another 6,000 bolts. I get these quite fast. Extra shards. Quite an interesting ratio, though. I guess I'm unlucky on the shard ones. And a lot of extra rings. I used to drop these for bond money back when I was a noob. I killed like 2,500 DKs when I was a big noob. I just found the boss really chill, and I just grinded it off tasks, and it was good for me to get prayer. So that was fun. Okay, 3 light frames. I forgot I had that many. And yeah, a lot of random uniques here. 13 extra fire capes. I decided to stack the fire capes until I get to 100 KC. I tried grinding the pet a few months ago and didn't get lucky. My blood moon and all that from the moon's items are here. 35 extra threads. 3 smoldering stones. Okay, that's kind of cool. 21 whips. Wow. 300,000 cannonballs. That's a pretty big one on the iron. That's very useful too. I intend to use them for Konar Slayer when I go to do that this year, hopefully. You can see here my Wildy weapon, and actually this is a dupe. I kept one dupe because you do Rev Scold with a Web Weaver, so if I ever do end up dying, at least I'm not screwed. I got the 9 Volcano Shards, extra prayer scrolls from grinding chambers, which is what I'm doing right now. And this is for the Wildy. I don't really use them anymore. But yeah, that's around everything here. So let's go to the gear tab. So we basically have everything except for Corp, Torva, and Nightmare uniques. One of the 3 for Nightmare, I got the staff too. Missing full bandos, which is part of my plan. We'll discuss that later. And a lot of ancestral sets with the kit on it. Almost 5. I need 2 more pants for 5 sets. I've been doing a lot of chambers, and every time I get the dupes, I'm able to keep them because I have the GP on the ult now, so I just hoard them for fun. 2 Rancor, which is a spoiler for like in 2 weeks or something. More than 2 weeks, actually, in like 8 weeks, so you're probably going to forget that. And yeah, 4 Voidrakers. I always find that really funny, 4 Voidrakers. I don't know what more to show here. I mean, it's just, you know, you got the 2 scythes, the T-bow, Shadow. Probably switched that order, right? But whatever, it's fine. And the Zari crossbow, which is a big one. It's such a good item, honestly. How much does it even cost? I'm always amazed by prices for mains. I never look at prices, and that was 400 mil when I was doing Toa, but whatever. 2 fangs with the kit on it. I grinded 2 in case I lost one. 6 Elder Mauls. That's kind of funny, but whatever. And you see my 3 Wildy weapons here. Zami spears. Only 15,000 granite cannonballs. I can probably make more, but I don't really use these. Wow, 8,000 ice sacks. Okay, these quite a bit actually, more than I thought. And full Virtus, and I have some clue items I should have probably removed. Burning Claws, Noxus Halbert as well. A lot of magic short bows imbued for some reason. And yeah, so let's go to the next tab. This is like my drop process, do something with it tab, but I haven't touched tab because I'm lazy. We got the Zuck helm as a placeholder. That's kind of sad. A lot of, wow, that's actually a lot. I think I can out this for a good amount of GP too. I can, wow. And yeah, I should probably drop this to the alt. Probably make this into fletching XP. I don't know why I collect the snake skin. I got a full Missouri, like unfortified set that I kept. The plan is whenever I do Arma to fortify them so I can get like a dupe here. I think it'll look nice. Some random stuff from like opening clues that I haven't really done anything with. A lot of orbs, which like I said earlier, I can put on the battle staffs for GP. 10 extra Void Raker hilts, so that's kind of cool. I don't know if they're like dropping in price or something. Oh, they dropped hard. Fuck. I should have probably sold them when I got them. They were 30 mil when I was getting them. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Extra 10's Fang. I don't know why I kept it, just in case. I could probably just dismantle it for bank space, but yeah. So that's the bank. So I did basically a full overview of the bank. The stats wise, we're almost at 1.5 billion XP. A few nice things, I guess. 200 mil hit points, 200 mil range. This year, I do think I'm going to hit 200 mil strength and 120 mil attack as well soon. I also have 60 million herblore, which is kind of cool. 56 million slayer and 45 million cooking. I don't really think people care that much about the XP, but I think it's kind of cool. I've been training everything on attack now because strength is basically 0 time now for me. If ever I do Nightmare or Araxor, my Scythe is on Crush, so I get Strength XP, and going for those green logs, I'll for sure get 200 mil. So everything I train is always going to be on attack now, and I'll just work on this passively. I'm in no rush to get 200 mil, like I'm going to get it eventually if I keep playing the game. So there's no point in rushing it. Maybe I should rush it though, just to secure the rank. Doesn't really matter, but it's all good. So now let's go look at the collection log. So I'm gonna open the collection log. I'm just gonna mark down the timestamp. So this is 22 minutes. So the collection log, we're at 1429 collection log. We have a lot of progress this year. So let's go over the list. Sire did a few kills, nothing special. Haven't done much Hydra. We green log a Mox this year. Got the pet. Very spooned. Araxor, 8 out of 10. Missing the jar and the pet. This was already green log. This too. This log is pretty nutty. 82,000 Callisto. This number will likely never go up. I have a love-and-hate relationship with Callisto. It was fun for a while, and then certain clans got involved and decided to rag us. And I could complain, or I can just say fuck this and do something else with my life. And I decided on the latter, which is what I did. And honestly, no regrets. This place is horrible to do. It feels good when you're doing it, but it goes to shit as soon as you get ragged, and then people start calling you all kinds of names. And I'm so glad I left. It was not worth the mental strain, honestly. You're supposed to have fun in this game, not get ragged and get called names, so I just left. And never looking back, don't ever DM me about it. I don't know shit. I'm not in the loop anymore. I fully exited that space, and I'm glad I did. Cerberus, haven't done it. I green logged it before. Same thing with these two bosses. Sarah did a few kills this year, but nothing special. Corp, I have not touched. I'm very scared of a devaluation with Corp. It might not happen. It might happen, but if it does occur, it'll be like a 40% nerf or buff for me, I guess, on Corp. And for that reason, I decided to leave it as long as possible. Swerve had a great quote. He said, if a boss is shit, just don't touch it. It can only get better over time. So I'm not touching it. I'm going to wait until later on if this boss gets easier or more fun. I know, for example, they're adding menu entry swapper on the game necklaces, so that alone would save. I don't think it saves any time. I think it just makes it more convenient. So that alone would be like a invisible buff in a way. Crazy Arc was already greenlogged. Diagonal Kings we greenlogged this year, which is really nuts. Got the Prime Pet, spooned the fuck out of it. This whole section is lucky. One of my buddies' OTB is 15,000 or 16,000 Supreme, no pet. So I'm very thankful to spooning this. It's a fun boss though, it's really chill. But it's very, very, very lengthy to greenlog, so I'm glad I got lucky here. Duke, and not watch the show, missing the pet. Jad, we did a few kills this year, but no pet. Colosseum, as a spoiler, we did get the quiver, which I should have probably showed in the bank, but it's been like a few months since I got it. We're trying to go for the the charged quiver, but I burned from it, and I've been addicted to CM since, as you'll see later. But I do intend to go back here and at least get like these 3 items and the 150 splinters for the quiver, and then I'll probably not come back. And also the CAs, of course, to get my Zuck helm back. I'm only missing Coliseum CAs for the Zuck helm. I just don't have the motivation. Gauntlet, missing the enhanced. That'd be cool to green log, but I'm not really a fan of Gauntlet. It's not for me. Bandos, 2000 kill count this year. No pet. I'd like to go back. It's actually really fun with the Shadow. You destroy the hell out of Bandos, and it feels really satisfying. Especially since I did like 1700 kills with Rapier and full Justy meleeing. So destroying it super fast is just so satisfying. Giant Mole. Green log a long time ago. But this Guardians, we get a few kills this year, but really nothing to show for it. Spory is already green logged. Huey, we released this year. We green logged it as well. Very cool that True green logged this section. I wouldn't say it's the good boss. I think it was okay. It was fun to do trios, but I'm glad it's done. Inferno did a few kills this year, but still no pet. KQ was already green logged. The KBD and Kraken are green logged. Haven't done much of Arma. Not really a fan of Arma. It's very annoying to kill. Krill, considering going back here for a dupe Zamrak hilt for the stash. And Greg, by the way, discovered who he's an Ironman in our clan. He discovered a new meta for this, and it's on his YouTube channel. You can get 38 kills an hour as an Iron here, so kind of tempts me to go back here for the pet maybe. But that's a lot of hours to commit for a pet. Levy, still missing the pet. Moons, we green log this year. Next, we have been not touched this year. Nightmare as well. Actually, I think I did a few kills in bingos, but that's about it. Same thing with Muspa, did a few kills. This we green logged a while ago. Same thing here. We green logged Scurious at the start of this year, which is cool. Did a few Skotizo. I've not gotten the Dark Totem yet. I'm actually over right now. It's 1 in 128, but it's all good. It's passive for the time being. Temporos, I like to go back soon. I feel like I could probably get one of these 2 clogs rather quickly. So it might be worth my time to go for like 1,000 permits or something. But I'm not really a fan of Temporos. And my buddies told me that the solo method is really fun, so maybe I'll give it a shot. Thermi already greenlogged. Vard, missing the pet. Venedatus, we greenlogged this year. Same thing with Calvarion. Went a little bit dry. Honestly, a really fun boss to do with the Chain Mace, but also with a Void Waker to anti-PK the PKers. Very satisfying to destroy them. Vorkath, I like to go back this year for the pet, or maybe the shield. It's kind of chill to kill, it's just you have to kind of pay attention, but not at the same time, so it's a weird mix. Whisper, we greenlogged this year. Spoon the pet. That was already greenlogged. And of course, Infamous Volcano, we greenlogged this year with the pet. We got the Tans Mutagen at the start of this year in like January. I remember that day, actually. That was really fun. And yeah, let's go to raids. So raids section, we are grinding chambers right now. I'm actually pushing for the 1500 cape, which I should be getting in like 5 days if I continue at the current pace. And missing the omelet, which is really scary. I really sincerely hope I get the omelet before the 2k cape, because if I don't know if I'll keep going for it. I might work on it slowly, like with the boys when I'm bored, but honestly, I think it'll be a lost cause. This guy, Minotaur, I don't know what his name exactly is, but he's 208 purples without the pet, and I'm like halfway. I'm like 106 purples, I think, or 107. I don't want to count, can't be asked. And I still don't have it either. So if I go double on top of this, like, it's just doomed. And yeah, so let's just see what happens at 2KCM. Clues. We didn't do many easies this year, but we're missing 5 items here. Have not done many mediums, missing 8 items. Done a lot of hards though, and I'm missing 5 items, being some of the rare ones. But I really do enjoy hards. I like to push more hards this year. Elites we are not touching this year, except getting them passively. Missing 4 tuxedo pieces. And we've lost our rank 1 as well, which is unfortunate. Masters 700, and missing 4 Anku, 4 Mummy. And of course 2 rare items. And in terms of the rares, we're quite progressed here. I think we have, what, 13 unique gilded, which is kind of cool. I like to get more, and most of my gilded now are stuck in the hard section because I've completed all the gilded from the elite and the master section. So sending hard clues for me would be pretty smart. It's just very slow to sell them as an iron because you don't have access to implings. Alright, so for the mini games, so BA haven't touched. We re-greenlogged this year. Haven't really done this year because it was already greenlogged. Haven't done Guards of the Rift this year. This was already greenlogged. LMS, we're missing the 2 capes and 155 wins. A very rough section, honestly. We greenlogged this year. It was released with Varlamore Part 2. And we also greenlogged. Oh, that's it, right? Yeah, everything else is already greenlogged. For the other section, we are currently at 35 pets. And currently hunting 2 pets, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, this is the 35 pets. What more to tell you? We greenlogged the Worm Agility course this year. That was very chill, did it all on mobile. We also are currently working on the Hunter Guild pet and 1400 rumors so far. Very sad. I was kind of hoping to, greenlog this fast and get lucky here and move on. Because it really sucks. It really sucks to do this grind after the Kebet tech that was nerfed. Like Browntree, for example, was getting 20 rumors an hour doing the Kebet tech on release, and I'm getting like 13 an hour, like efficiently with the current meta, which kind of sucks. It's like a 50% nerf, but it's all good. Whatever. This was already greenlocked this year. Same thing here. Greenlocked to the demons this year, and still missing 3 skilling pets and 2 Dust Mystic pieces from the Slayer section. And the miscellaneous section, we got, I guess, new items, but that's really it. I like to get Eternal Glory this year. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, that's the collection log, 1429. There were 73 new collection logs this year, and I've gotten everything except for I got everything except for the Colosseum and the Hunter Guild pet. So I'm kind of pacing the new releases, which is nice in a way. Because I'm sustaining, but still a good amount of updates this year. Overall, good updates. Yeah. So that covers the collection log. So maybe now we can discuss the goals. So my foremost goal I'd like to get this year done is 2K CM Cape. That is on the top of the list. I wanted to do it last year, but I had to play less this year. Or I mean, in 2024. Which is unfortunate, but at the same time, there was good reasons for that. And yeah, so this year, 2025, I really want to get this 2K cape. I can do around 50 to 60 CMs a week if I do nothing else but CMs in my free time. So that is still around 11 weeks or 10 weeks off of grinding CMs, which is very feasible. It's just the brick wall. Also, after I get to 2K CMs and the omelet, I like to go to next. Now, this is a long time coming. Everyone's asking me why you're not doing Torva. For the time being, I just don't care. I don't find this fun. But after I greenlog all the raid sections, I think it's time for me to do Torva. It'll be funny having the raid section greenlog in Bandos, but then the meme should die. I'll go back to next. And maybe at least get like one piece, take a bit of a break, do other things, get a second piece, and so on. So I'm not going to necessarily full send next until greenlog. I'm just going to do it in pieces. Or maybe do next until I make a build or whatever. You know, we'll see how we feel. And yeah, so that's on the list. I'd also like to reclaim the Zuck Helm. I am currently only missing 10 CAs from the Colosseum. And once I do end up getting this, I can get my Zuck Helm back, which will be useful for next. So I probably want to do that before I do next. And also, I would like to go for 35 total pets. That's very aggressive because that's 10 new pets this year. But I'm currently grinding a pet on the side, being the Hunter Rumors. So basically right now my day-to-day is on mobile, I do Hunter Rumors because I can open them on my PC to record. And if I can play actively, I do raids. And if I'm not able to do either or, I either do Rumors on my PC to recline, or I do Hard Clues, which I haven't really done. Quite frankly, I just log into raid when my boys are ready to raid, and then I log out and just do mobile Rumors while touching grass. So yeah, 45 pets is very, very aggressive. I think I can probably hit 41, 42, but we'll see. I could probably go for some of the quicker ones. Like I was thinking of going for Jad pet. I think that'll be really fast, and maybe a few Slayer pets as well, like Sire or Hydra. Grotesque Guardians could be quick to get. Maybe even going for some of the skilling ones, like the Guardians of the Rift. or Temperos. Obviously, I get the Quetzal eventually, I hope. And maybe I can spoon Chin Pet and go for some skilling pets too, or maybe even get a God Wars pet, because I have no God Wars pet, which is unfortunate. The other thing I'd like to do is complete Konar. I'm missing 2 pieces. I really hope I don't go too dry. Like Marnie went like 5,000 keys or something, which is absurd. So I really hope I go like under 1,000. But we'll see. And also I like to get the Eternal Glory done. This item is the last item I need to complete Wilderness. And I'm essentially just waiting for the update where they allow you to do menu entry swapper on the glories. So you can left click teleport. And that way that'll save me 1 tick per glory to uncharge. And it'll also make it very, very recline, where I can basically just do it with like one hand. So I'm probably going to do that and watch TV shows. But for the time being, just waiting for that update. And when that update drops, I'll probably full send it. Okay, so that is the goals for the in-game goals. In terms of the clan is also doing extremely well, by the way. We have 250 members right now. JT is hard carrying in terms of the Discord and the clan management and everything, and I'm kind of just there. I'm like a mascot. But 92 people online, that's nuts. And a lot of gamers in here, by the way. I'm just going to quickly scroll down. Ton of gamers. And yeah, if you would like to join, the invite link is going to be in the description. We're actually increasing the requirements to join the clan. So it used to be 750, but now it's 900 to join the clan. And that requirement we bumped up to 1,000 in April. So there is a grandfather period if you're in the clan, by the way. Yeah, so if you'd like to join, or if you're a collection logger, I would definitely recommend you to join. We have mains and irons alike, and a ton of gamers. The Discord is amazing. There's a lot of good resources. And if you have any questions about anything specifically about Clog or even PVM or rating, you can ask in there. So definitely suggest joining. I say this in every video, but it's very true. And we do a lot of good events, which is actually part of my plan. I'd like to do 3 to 4 yearly events in the clan. JT got in touch with the people from Temple, and they put us like as an official verified clan, and they're also giving us 1 badge per year. So I think the plan is around in April-ish, May-ish. I don't know exactly, so don't quote me on this, but we intend to do a competition within the clan, and the winner gets on top of the reward in terms of GP, Discord badge, but also a Temple badge, which is kind of cool, I guess. Nothing too special, but it's kind of nice to get that, just an extra incentive. And the last comp we did was super fun. I played like a degenerate, and I had a lot of fun, got a new pet. So I'm looking forward for the next one. We're actually intending to do a comp in early February. February 7th to February 9, which is going to be a raids comp. So basically 2 teams compete to complete the raids collection log as much as possible. So I intend to just do Chambers of Xeric the entire weekend. The goal is to do 60 CMs in a weekend. I think I can do it. Last year I did 48 in a weekend. So 60 should be very possible if I have a better team and full send it. Yeah. And I've also like to start doing a logcast, which would be like a podcast within the clan. So we invite clanmates and talk about the collection log updates and give advice and whatever, we just talk about the clog. So that would be something I like to do this year. We tried doing it last year, but there was an incident, my PC DC'd and all that, so it kind of sucks. But I'm going to try to revive it this year. And if that works, that would be great. If it doesn't work, then whatever. And yeah. So in terms of the in real life section of the collection log, which I'm just trolling, I'm just talking about in real life. But the in real life is going extremely well. I've still with my girlfriend. It's been almost 10 months in a few days. And it's going super great, having a lot of fun. We went to Cuba together during the Christmas holidays. And it was fun, bought cigars and everything. Had a lot of fun there. And yeah, it's going great. Also, gym-wise, I kind of been slacking on the gym for the past like four months, I would say. I've been so busy. Like, I'm basically just working, coming home, playing for a few hours, going to girlfriend, and then repeating, and just have not much time to play. And on top of that, not much time to go to the gym. And I guess it's kind of on me for prioritizing the game over the gym. But I think I'm going to change that. I'm going to start going to the gym instead of gaming. So expect the videos to be cut down. I'm not going to be able to maintain one video a week for 2025. I maintained it for 2024, which is kind of cool, except for the 2-week break, which doesn't count. Uh, but I don't think I'll be able to maintain that this year. So I intend to maybe do more guides and more other stuff to compensate to get more content out. And yeah, I've also been reading books. I read 2 books this week in Cuba, and it's been kind of fun to read books. The girlfriend reads a lot, so we kind of have like a little reading session, which is a little bit nerdy, I guess, but it's all good. It's kind of fun. Also, I want to play less in this game. My goal from last year was to play less in the 2024 recap and the 2023 recap. 2023, I did 3,700 hours, which is disgusting. I'll admit that. But this year, it was only 2,200 or 2,300. I'm saying only, it's still a lot of time. I'll agree to that. It's like 6 hours a day or something. But overall, it's a pretty big decrease. So maybe next year, I wanted to aim for around the same thing, 2,300 hours. I think that would be cool. That would be a good goal to get. And yeah. I also want to travel more. So in 2024, I traveled a lot. I went to Europe, met some of the boys. I met Huntik, Raul. I met Curry. I went to Amsterdam, Croatia, Slovenia, and Munich. And I met Bort in Munich. And I also went to Cuba. I went to Scotland, London. I met UG and Aiden and Bort. So yeah, I want to travel more this year as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to RuneFest yet. I think I will. I just have to, confirm dates and all that with the management at work and buy the plane ticket. But yeah, I think going to RuneFest would be cool just to meet some of the lads and also just have fun with the boys, with Aiden and UG and Bort. So maybe smoke a cigar too. So yeah, also work-wise, it's going incredibly well. Since I've been like playing less, I've been focusing more on work and actually outperforming. I got called a hyper performer, which is kind of weird because I'm not actually like performing at my 100%. I'm performing at like maybe an 80% in terms of like my I don't know how to explain it. It's like I'm performing at 80% of my ability. Like I can do 100%, but I do 80%. Like I take a step back, and the reason why I do that is to avoid burnout. At my old job, like around 3 years ago, I was always doing my 110% every day, and I burned out. And when I burned out, my performance dropped, obviously. And the management was asking me like, "Yo, LGR, like, what the hell, dude? You're not performing good. Like, this is not normal. Like, this is bad." But I was still doing good. It's just that the baseline of my work was high, so when I dropped, everyone noticed. But now I have a different approach, and my approach is I try to maintain a balanced work schedule where I always output the same thing every week, but I don't actually output my 100%. And that way, if one week I feel bad and I'm not as productive, and let's say I output 65%, the week after I can give my 100% and catch up and be completely fine and go back to normal. So by doing that, it gives me a lot more space, a lot more, it's a lot more relaxing. There's less stress. I can take my time and do my things, take the extra couple minutes for everything I do. And yeah, it's been going great. We had, I don't want to go into too much details, but we had some very aggressive KPIs, which is like a key product index, which is like it's like a target you have to reach for the company. And we're the only ones to actually reach that. And that's mostly thanks to me because I hard carried in the last 3 months, like hard carried. And I think it looks good for this year. The team is growing and I'm getting a lot more responsibility. And I expect quite a good salary bump as well. So yeah, I've been enjoying my work too, which is kind of fun to say. I think you should be enjoying your work in general. And if you don't, then maybe seek something else or start really thinking about yourself deeply. But yeah, work is fun. And hopefully I can maintain that for this year. That's the in real life goals as well. So I basically covered absolutely everything on my list. I have like a little paper in front of me. But yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, you'd like to talk about anything, or you have any recommendations for videos or whatnot, just drop a comment. I read basically all of them, and even the negative ones, I just laugh and ignore them. So thanks for making me laugh. And yeah, so I hope you're excited for 2025 as much as I am. I think Jagex might deliver some good content this year as well. I'm looking forward for Mod Husky's Clog high scores and the Clog flags that he's trying to implement. I think those are going to be amazing for the collection log field. I expect very, very good things for the collection log community in general. I think it's a great community. I know some people, or maybe a minority of people, dislike the community, but at the end of the day, we all play the game however we see fit. And if you don't like collection log, that's perfectly fine. But just remember that everything you do in this game is likely linked to collection log, except for skillers, I guess. If you like to do PVM or rating, you're working on a collection log section, whether you like it or not. So the Clog is just a massive section, and then everyone else has their own subsection that can overlap with it. And yeah, so once again, don't forget to join the Discord. Even if you do not have the collection log requirement, you can still join the Discord. Some of the discussion channels are public. We don't want to gatekeep information. So if, for example, you want to see what the gamers are talking about in terms of the new raids or the new clue metas, you can join the Discord and view those channels. You cannot type. You can just view them as a guest. But if you do have the collection requirement, definitely consider joining. Like, it's worth it. And yeah, on that note, I'm going to go take a shower and touch grass. Thanks for listening, lads. Peace out. Take care. Enjoy 2025.